back up, yeah. Wait a minute, I was told there's no back up. Dog, this all in my head, but I won't be a fake up. Y'all can trip, living life in restraint. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be the fake.
Welcome back to the Race Against Time. This is episode number 3, and I'm actually into week 4 of prep now. Obviously, by the time you get filmed and edited, you're going to be like a week behind. So, into week 4, checked in with Carl Saturday just gone, and I was a stone down over the course of 3 weeks. It was 19 days to be precise, which sounds a lot on a stone in 19 days, especially with the starting point of prep being reasonable. I mean, obviously I had body fat on me, and I might have got a little bit more relaxed and flexible towards the back end of like off season, but 19 days stone down. So when I hear these stories from friends, relatives, clients, because obviously I do a bit of coaching now, which is No Limits online coaching, give me a DM if you are interested in my coaching services, I'll hear the same old thing, which is I struggle to lose weight, or he or she struggles with their weight. I don't think it's the case of people actually struggling with their weight. They're struggling to make sensible choices, because I've literally just stuck to my plan. I've been eating 3,800 calories a day. I've done my cardio, I've trained hard, drunk loads of water, I've slept as much as I possibly can, and I've just dropped a stone. So it's food for thought, literally food for thought. So when people say, I struggle with my weight, no, I think you struggle with making informed decisions. We'll keep it politically correct with that one. So week 4, but episode 3, I am in steps, as you can see, picking up my monthly order, because I am out of cream of rice bad. I've been using baby rice from Tesco's. That shit's expensive. This tub of cream of rice is 40 servings, which is 1 kilo. 100 grams of baby rice is £2.50. A serving is 100 grams, so it's costing me a fortune. I'm eating that every single day. It's adding up. So I'm glad that we're coming over here to pick up my sups. And then we've got pull today. We've had a ton of new kit delivered to Planet Fitness, Prime being the main one. So I'm going to go through how to actually use it, because obviously seeing a lot more people using it now. They're not familiar with how to use the pegs in the right order. There's a million videos out there explaining why. JP has done so many, but I've obviously been lucky enough to train on Prime Kit for 3 or 4 years now, being around all the gyms in the UK, particularly at Ultraflex. So I've had experience using it. So the idea of this is to run through my lat focused or my back width session that Carl's got me on, and break down how we go about using the Prime Kit. Enjoy.
Hey, hold up, man. I got something to say, man. Wait. What y'all out here for, man? What you here for, huh?
Right, so we're in for pull, which is one of 2 pull sessions a week. You've seen the posterior one, which I think Sarah filmed last time I was in. But this one is like the back width day. Back was obviously one of the weaknesses that I need to bring up in off season. I'm currently sitting 2 stone heavier than we were on stage last year. Relative condition. So fingers crossed, the majority of that 2 stone has gone on my back. But we'll see when I come down, you know what it's like. So I'll take you through some of the movements. Obviously, I found out the other day, this Nautilus pull down is the only one in the UK. They're like rocking horse shit. All the other ones that you see in other gyms are replicas. This is the one of a kind. So we start on this. Obviously this is the plan. I'm not just going on it because it's one of a kind. We've got 2 sets on this, and then we'll move over onto the Prime equipment and give you a little breakdown of how to actually use it.
Pack your bags, girl, let's get out of Dodge. Sick of living life, sick of counting scars. We the ones who go to war against the gods. We the shadows that move around in the dark. Take your life back, take your time, nigga. Welcome to the tribe, check the rhyme, nigga. I was doing bad, couldn't find niggas. Now my phone ringing all the time, nigga. We the only ones, holy sons. Mama's dead, kids holding guns. Catch 'em early, put that poison in they bottles with the Donald Trump. Walking around with the zombies. I know my home team got me. Michael Jordan with the Scotty, Apollo Creed with the Rocky. We gon' take it fast, you can take it slow. We don't take no break.
Right, so we're on to the only, I would say, compound move, which is the bent over T-bar, which I'm using the Panata at the minute. I only started using this like the back end of off season because we were using like the chest supported, but I found like that chest supported row that we've got in here, if anyone's used it for the training planet, it is harsh on the old sternum. It's solid, the pad. I've actually been using one of like the ab mats folded up over the top of it just to get some cushioning, but this is like freestanding, all to challenge your erectors, your traps, mid-back, well, upper back more than mid-back, because then we'll get onto the mid stuff later. But I kind of got up to like, I want to say 5 plates, but it might have been a little bit more ego taking over. So since starting prep, I've had to kind of pull it back and think, right, what am I trying to do here? Which should be the thought process right the way through your training, really, but somehow it always gets away from us in the gym. So I'm going to touch 4, maybe stay there, maybe go up a little bit, and then see what we get.
Job, boy, you still getting fucked with it now. Break the pillars down. I don't fall in love, I just hit it now. She said, why is that? I just gave her fast, gave my heart up once and I ain't get it back. Turn into a savage, happy with the madness, sick of living broke. Trying to find a balance, moving through the pain, but they steady fouling, bearing on my fruits, feed them my appetite.
Take it fast, you can take it slow. We don't take no breaks, we just take control. Let's take control.
I've touched on this in the past about inertia, body English. Like, yeah, the back end of the sets, maybe a little bit more movement than normal. But when you're like fatigued, if you don't use that little bit of movement, you're not going to get the weight up. So keep it as strict as you can, for as long as you can. Then start bringing in some inertia.
Said I feel brand new. Feel brand new. Yeah, I'm wound up in the me step up. I've been waiting all day. Into the game like I'm wearing warm-ups. Nah, I don't play. Born with a curse, fake rappers in my universe, that's sway. Married to the game, so if you catch me with a stack, that's bait. Woo! Usually rhyming is where you can find me. Ain't no rowing team, but the crew behind me. Fake friends kill me, but the truth divide me. Winning despite the fact you despise me. All I do is rep the homies, homie. I don't listen to birds, you gotta show me. You ain't talking money, then you talking cheap. We a pack of wolves and we gotta eat.
Yeah, feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew, feel brand new, feel brand new. So we feel brand new, feel brand new, feel brand new. Me and my crew.
All we ever do is thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to raise, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. Thunder up. We hit the stage, we ready to raise, we thunder up. Thunder up. Stay in your place, we get in your face and thunder up. We gonna thunder up. Open the door, let me tell you what it's in for. Had enough for my old friends, yeah, I just knew that I wanted more. They was too concerned with what they wore, meanwhile I was running up the score. Now I hear where I land, homie, you understand, I bring thunder like I'm Thor.
Single arm Nautilus Explode row. We are getting to the prime kit, I promise. I was gonna go and use the chest supported row. It's not on my plan, this is on my plan. But for the purpose of the video, I was going to do it, and the boys are on it, so I thought, let's just stick to the plan. So honestly, Carl, I was actually sticking to my plan, I wasn't not following it. So this is single arm. I see a lot of people like really overdoing it and milking this small movement on you. You see boys like they've got no business doing 5-6 plates on you, and they're moving like that much, like this. Again, you got to stay fixed on your lat, but you're not doing anything to your lat. So just like milk the range of movement. Don't copy what the guys that have got 100 pounds of muscle on you on Instagram. Don't copy what they're doing, because they've done all the other stuff to get to that precise kind of detail when you're doing a movement. So just something to think about. Not bitching, just saying. Hashtag just saying. Right, finally onto the prime stuff. So I'm on a lat pull down, lat teres pull down. You may have seen obviously these with the 3 pegs. There's going to be people watching this that are fully like educated on prime kit, but if you don't know how to use these pegs, they've got set in 1, 2 and 3. Now depending on where you do the exercise on whatever kit in your session determines really what peg you're going to use. So set in 2 is typically the end range of the movement, so the contraction. So it's going to be easier to get a muscle contracted at the beginning of your session because you're fresher, so you want to be using peg 2. Later on in the session, if you're coming back to that movement, then you want to be going to set in 3, which is the beginning range, because then it's going to be harder or heavier at the bottom, and then it drops off as you get to the contraction point. So obviously, beginning of the session, you're fresher, get it heavy in the contraction. Later on in the session, you're fatigued, it's going to be harder to contract, so make it lighter in the contraction, just so you can milk a little bit more out of the exercise.
Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up, back up, back up. Wait a minute, I was told there's no back up. Got this all in my back up, but I won't be a fake up. Y'all can back up, living life in respect up. I might slip out and back up, but I won't be a fake up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. Spilling the tea, you stirring the cup. I'ma need you to back up. I'ma need you to back up. I'm in the 7, I'm gonna act up.
Right, third set, everything on the top, so it drops off in the contraction. I might even just go with 4, to be honest. Right, so more prime, we're on to the chest supported row. You can use this in 2 ways. Obviously you can use it as a row for your lats, or if you drop the seat down and slightly flay your elbows, a rear delt row, which is what we're going to be doing now. So we've got 2 sets, 10 to 14, high rep stuff on rear delts. We've got another exercise for rear delts as well, but just pay close attention to the flaring or the adducting of the actual elbows. If you're down here, it's lat. If you're up there, it's rear delt. Let's get into it. second rear delt movement. I think Carl's trying to tell me something about my rear delts because he put 2 rear delts after one another. So just a straight up rear delt fly using the Panata. This is like my preferred pec deck. We've got like a Nautilus one which has been battered, so it's a bit rickety. So this is the one, 3 sets, high reps-ish, and then 1 bicep exercise to wrap the thing up. Here we go.
Here's a scenario, I'm in your area, this is your burial, definitely. Turn up your stereo, get this bitch jumping like Mario, now you ain't fucking with me. You niggas terrible, I might embarrass you right here in front of your whole family. Sicker than carry on, spitting malaria, hotter than fucking Nigeria. This is the year of the beer, leave it here on the chair so they know we was here. Staring in fear like a deer when the car coming near, in the middle of the road, bit of beer. You don't wanna rock with the man, hands off of the grands, counting up bands while I talk to the fans. Knew I could jam, but the top wasn't playing, now everybody wanna be friends? Damn. How you? Said I'm just fine, in the right place, at the wrong time. Said I go crazy, out of my mind. And I think back when daddy wrote down that it might scrape and it might grind, but you work hard and it might shine. Let me slow down, switch the time and quit hiding, bitch. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up.
Right, it is the next day. Why the next day? 2 reasons. First reason, Sarah's batteries run out on the camera, and even though I'm on prep and everything is usually everyone else's fault, not mine, this one was actually my fault because I didn't ask her to film until about an hour and a half before we actually went over to the gym, so she didn't have time to obviously charge the batteries. So the back end of that session we kind of limited what we were filming because we could see the battery life just going down. So that was it anyway. And the second reason was today was check-in day, so I wanted to get some feedback from that to kind of wrap this video up. So thank you first of all to Sarah for filming, and she's actually sent me the main video already, so I'm going to be adding this clip to the back end of it, which you've already watched by the time you get to this anyway. So I checked in with Carl this morning. Weight is slightly down from our previous check-in, although we had an off-plan meal and then I kind of held my weight for like 4 days, which was like £2, and it started stressing me out, to be honest, because I didn't even go in. Like, I literally had a dry chicken Indian dish and 2 brownies, but yet my body wanted to hold on to that £2. And I sat in the sauna, even like after the sauna and cardio, I was going upstairs, weigh in, and I was like 0.4, 0.5 down. So it's not like body fat that I've obviously put on, and I wasn't even holding water, it was just glycogen and obviously fullness. So eventually that came off after a couple of days, and we're like point something down. So I thought there would be a food change, but the food stays for another day. We've introduced some fat burners, so I think this is where prep really starts now. So Clen and Yohimbine is going in from tomorrow. Cardio stays the same, 30 minutes, although I am actually tweaking how I'm doing my cardio. I've been doing it on the bike, but I think stays is coming in, to be honest, because the bike just isn't doing it for me. So I think I might do like 15 minute stays, 15 minutes on the bike, and then gradually increase that Stairmaster time. We'll see. It may be 30 minutes Stairmaster by the time I do another video, so we'll see. But thank you very much for watching. I'm going to eat this, which is 150 grams of chukan, 250 packet rice, basically 62 grams of carbs, and then obviously the chicken. So I'm washing it down with some rosé. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you took something away if you're obviously training in Planet and you're watching these. If you are training in Planet and you're watching these and you don't talk to me, say that you watch them, because I never know who's watching them. I've had so many people this last week or so when I'm on shoot saying that they watch the podcast, they watch my vlogs when I'm in different pockets of the UK, which is awesome. But then when I'm in Planet, I don't really know who watches stuff and who really follows like the guys I film and stuff. So if you are watching this, feel free to come on and say you do, because those little conversations give me a massive boost in the prep, which I will need, no doubt. So thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one, which will be a top tip, no doubt, midweek. Peace.